Fuck winter. Fuck. This is called Daytripper. Springtime in New York City. Grains of pollen looking for love in my lawns. Pigeons humping pigeons on charcoal sills, overlooking the half-naked walkers, shedding their modesty, and the half-baked stalkers shedding their decency on the crisscrossing kaleidoscope of streets in Greenwich Village. I'm badass and jonesing for some skyscraper altitude to go with my big city attitude. A nickel bag of Washington Square's finest might do the trick, so I peruse the park for the tallest Rasta rap I can find. Ganja gangsters got nothing on me with my high waters at my knees, so homie hooks me up by the arch. By the time I dig out all the twigs and the seeds, I got enough for one hit. But what a hit! Motherfucking line drive. A strike of lightning zigzagging through my arteries, burning off coaches, unlucky enough to stand between me and Nirvana. A Nirvana so hopeful, Kurt Cobain would still be strumming a guitar on Bleecker Street. Fuck Seattle. Rhythms pounding like tribal drums in my chest. And the blood flow demands nothing less than a fuck to end all fucks. An ejaculation to purge every drop of sadness ever settled within my soul till. Here she comes, just a walking down the street, saying, do what did it dum, did it do. Skin tight, black leather pants, stiletto boots, a real femme fatale. In a torn t-shirt with some quote from Gore Vidal reading, I'm a born-again atheist. Now there's a booty I can believe in. Our eyes make like magnets, and within seconds, she wraps a studded collar around my neck, and she yanks my chain, east to Eden, to the bowels of Alphabet City. The steam is rising from the manholes in every corner like a Scorsese picture. And I'm De Niro for the day. She drags me down to the subway, crawling through a portal just before the turnstiles into a labyrinth so dark I felt like some furry-ass mole led on by a shrew. She pushes open the door to a studio barren for some art and a futon, a painting on the wall by Pendejo of Soho, of a parade of Ken dolls dropping down a chute of a meat grinder emerging as sausage, a 6-foot-tall wrought iron sculpture of interlocking gender symbols standing in a limestone basin filled with cherry Kool-Aid. The creepiness culminates with bed bugs the size of buttons, bouncing on the futon bed like hyper kids on inflatable castles. She goes to the bathroom to powder her piercing. I don't see myself sitting, no less spooning in her leather cocoon, so I steal a cigarette to buy some time to size things up. But I don't see a lighter or matches. But I see an acetylene torch. I more or less remember that from shop class, or chemistry class, or that movie Hostel. It's pretty much a marijuana-induced blur. But in all three cases, I figure, what the fuck? And I actually get it going. And it's going so good that the cigarette disintegrates. And my face feels flush, until the smell of rotten eggs reeks from my retreating hairline. Saving face, I toss the torch, which lands in trash, and the room goes up in flames. I try to man up and pull my damsel in distress from the fire, but her arms and her legs are flailing, and she nails my balls with her boot. She grabs a fire extinguisher, screaming adjective and noun combos so emasculating. I try to outrace the other rats running from the smoke. And I run till I fall, out of breath, lungs burning, squinting through watery eyes. I find myself propped up against the arch, Homie shaking his head in disgust as I begin to ache for the stability of a cab ride to Grand Central and a train ride to a sleepy town by the vapid rapids of the Bronx River. Thank you.